So today we're going to talk about the big problem, and look at this. Ready? It's so big that it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until it's just one enormous problem. So now I'm going to delete that because this is all going to go away. I think that this is going to be better than any of the marketing messages that you've been seeing on social right now, right? Because I've been like watching all of these teenagers basically make these videos about like what the problem is, how they're going to solve the problem. And I think they're really missing a lot of what we have come to learn. I'm coming at this because a lot of my friends are HVAC technicians, plumbers. We only service home contractors. If you are in real estate, if you are in finance, if you are in lending, if you are doing any e-commerce or you're a marketing agency, we can't help, all right? This is formed for home services. That's what we dialed in. This right here is gonna go over exactly what the real problem is and exactly how we solve it. So let's start right at the top. You've got your leads coming in. You got your paid sources and you have your organic lead sources, right? Paid lead sources could be, Google, Facebook. It could also be the SEO company you're paying for. All these things cost money. So you can kind of figure out like what paid lead sources means to you. Organic lead sources would be anything you're not spending money on, right? Referrals, word of mouth, all of the leads are coming down and they're going to your office manager. Now, here's the thing about your office manager. I don't know your office manager, but I'm gonna say that they're an amazing person. You wouldn't have hired them if they weren't an amazing person. However, there's one big problem, and that's that they're not a salesperson. If they were a salesperson, they would be working in your office. They wouldn't be an office manager. They'd be out doing sales. But that doesn't mean they can't get the job done. It just means they're not a salesperson, nor do they want to be a salesperson. They didn't sign up for that. If they wanted a sales job, they would have applied somewhere else. The point is that your first line of defense of getting business is not a salesperson. So that's number one, right? Because what happens here? Some people call and they schedule an appointment. Great, we're happy face here. But what about the other side here? The leads who don't book appointments, right? They say they're gonna call you back. You talk to them, they're gonna call you back, and your office manager is like, cool, no problem. Doesn't wanna handle objections. They wanna put people on the books that want an appointment. If they don't want an appointment, then they're like, cool, later. There's nothing really wrong with that. But it does mean that you're losing a lot of leads that you might not lose and get onto the calendar if you just had a little bit better sales tactics. People that are gonna say, I need to cancel or reschedule. Maybe your CSR, your office manager's busy and they just don't answer. By the time they call back, they can't get a hold of them. Or maybe these people, they call, off hours and your answering service picks up, and we all know answering services are not awesome. Most of the time, they're not pretty good. So right now, you have two big problems. We are going to erase all of those problems. Here's basically what's happening. Let's go to these leads right here, right? This happy face is so happy that it's like got its tongue out. Isn't that happy? Like, that's seriously happy. That's dog happy. I might erase that. What happens? The second problem is that your technicians are gonna then run the appointment and generate the estimate. But your technicians also amazing people, but not a salesperson and doesn't want to be a salesperson. Even though it's in the job description, even though they're getting paid commission, technicians are technicians and they're not salespeople. They don't want to be salespeople. I know what they're thinking when they go into these job interviews. They say they know it's part of the job, but in reality, they just love working with their hands. Like, that's what they want to do. They just love the trade. So what happens then? When somebody is not a great salesperson, what they're going to do is they're just going to generate the estimate. Maybe it's like a good, better, best, and they feel good. What happens then? You're yelling at everybody and you're saying, yo, what's the deal with the estimates? Are you closing out the estimates? What happened to all of these estimates? This is a problem. Look at you. By now, you're screaming, close the estimate, close the estimate. Look at you, your face. It's getting all red and orange. Look how mad you are. What do we do about this? But here's the thing. Nobody, there's a big but here. And this but is the but of the problem. Nobody is a better salesperson than you. If you were out there running all of those appointments, you would be closing 75% more deals. Nobody loves your business like you because nobody is a better salesperson than you. You know this. You're the business owner. When you say to yourself, I need to hire more of me, look how bent out of shape you are. By now, you're trimming years off your life. How do we solve this problem? This is a huge, huge problem. You need more than you, but you need more of you, but you can't. So your problem right here is that you're the most important people in your business. Your office manager who's fielding the leads to book the appointments, to queue up the sales for your technicians who are going into people's homes and providing value and branding your company. These two job roles that make up a large portion of your business, which are sales, you're having non-sales people do these jobs. That is the problem. So then you think, okay, well, what if I could hire somebody like me? But how are you gonna do that? I wanna hire another Greg. I can't hire another Greg. I'm the only Greg. Okay, let me hire somebody that's like Greg, that's like me. I don't like talking about myself in the third person. It's weird. I don't know how to find someone that's like me. This has been a really, really big problem until now. We are gonna duplicate you. So all of the things that you would do, we're gonna automate that with a sales funnel. Every message that you would send on your follow-up, how you would book the appointments, how you would close the estimates, the way that you would sell. The only thing that we can't really solve is what your technicians do when they're in the actual house. The way that you follow up with those leads, the way that you're going to basically negotiate, the way that you would do this on your own, we can duplicate that. So now you're gonna have a bunch of yous going out. So let's see, and look how happy you are. So let's see like where we start. You're over here, you're like all bent out of shape. I mean, you look at your face, it's like bright red, right? And then you start seeing like this system that's like you, but automated you. You start getting some color back in your face. Look, you're looking a little better. You're still a little bent out of shape. Another day goes by and you're like, oh man, this is actually working. You're not cross-eyed anymore. Even your hair seems to be getting thicker. This is wonderful news. A couple weeks go by, you start seeing your numbers and you're like, oh man, I haven't ever had these numbers. I haven't had these numbers since I started the business. And look at you, now you even started combing your hair, smiling. So this is the solution that we pose. No one is doing this. This is specifically something that we curated. We know exactly how to take what you would want to do, every single lead that came in and every single call that got ran, how to handle it exactly the way you would, using all sorts of technology to make this happen. And at the end of the day, the customer, most important person, what they see, it's not technology. They see you. They feel like they're talking to you. And what's even better is now your technicians can go back to being technicians. And they don't have to be these hardcore salespeople. Our system's gonna take care of that for them. Another good thing, your office manager, now they can just do their job. Let's go over a very, very kind of high level view of how this works. So this is the never-ending marketing and sales funnel. What this does is it starts off where we have the lead and then the follow-up. If the appointment's scheduled, you don't need the follow-up to schedule the appointment, but you want to amp them up. Now, you know that like if you've booked an appointment with us, we have some fun messages. We do a little pre-selling before you get there. We let you know, look, this is what to expect. The last thing we want to do is have calls with unqualified people. Either the lead comes in, they book the appointment, or the lead comes in and you can't get a hold of them, you lose track of them, and then we follow up with them until the appointment gets scheduled. And then you got all of those pre-sales that are kind of going out, prior to the appointment. Then the appointment gets ran and gets set. Then the estimate gets generated, right? Or the invoice or the estimate gets generated. And then we follow up with strategic sales messaging depending on exactly what happened with this appointment. There's a lot of things that can happen, as you know. Maybe they're interested, but the other decision maker isn't there. You got to reset the appointment or something like that. We have a follow-up, strategic follow-up for every single thing that could possibly happen. We know what works. We've tested the market. And so we've got all of these kind of set up. So, we basically build it out and we'll say, hey, so this is what we would like to do. What do you think about this? And then the job is in progress, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go for feedback. If the feedback is good, we go for a Google review. Then we want to basically start building the brand. Follow us on social for VIP deals. Start building up everything around you, right? Because some people, they check Facebook. Some people check Instagram. Some people check email. Some people check text. Some people don't go anywhere. We basically just need to make sure that you are in their life as much as possible. We add that to the funnel. Then we try to get them involved in the loyalty or referral program. And then everybody goes into this annual nurture funnel. You got to check in with your people all year long and never lose track with where they are in the funnel. If they fall out once, everything breaks. You got to keep them in all the time. It's a big circuit. And then whenever they respond throughout the year, they become a lead again, right? And then the process just keeps going. So that is the never-ending marketing and sales funnel. What this really does is it lets your technicians go back to being technicians. It lets your office manager go back to being an office manager. You let your people do the job of educating the customer on on what equipment or what service that they need, and leave the sales to a sales machine, to a sales funnel like this. Before you book an appointment, if you wanted to book an appointment with us, a couple things. We're not teenagers selling like go high level workflows for like, $1,000. That's not us. We build custom marketing and sales automation systems for your business. So be ready to invest if you want to book an appointment with us. I can't say the price here because I don't know what the price is. I don't know your tech stack at the moment. We need to basically all comb through it. We need to have our developers or me or director of ops or someone on the call to really kind of comb through what it is that you're working with. Because if you're working with Jobber or Service Titan or Job Nimbus, that's going to probably be the first entry point. And we need to know basically what that is. And that will kind of determine what kind of API, integrations that we need to develop, what this funnel is actually going to look like, right? All I can say though is that this isn't like free. It's not like some snapshot that we're like selling. We're not like white labeling third-party software, calling it our own, and really just kind of giving you like a snapshot and like some videos to watch. No, we do leverage third-party software, but we put it all together. We tell you exactly where the redundancies are, where we can get rid of like let's say you're using, I don't want to name too much software, but let's say you're using this for text and this for email and this for scheduling. Like we can go over and say, look, if we want this funnel, the system to work the way that we want it to work, there's some redundancies here, some redundancies here. Let's use this for this, use for this, right? So we basically like want to shape what the tech stack actually looks like. Your tech stack is going to be one of your biggest business assets. We have some AI that takes care of certain things. We have some really, really cool kind of upsells, I should say. Our funnel build outs are very labor intensive. Our goal is to do the best job that we possibly can, make you guys as much, or gals, as much money as you possibly can make, with this funnel setup. You're going to be making like 15 to 20% more than you generally would make. I mean, that's just numbers. We have them to back them up, although every company is different, but we do have numbers to back those up. If you're interested in this, do not send your office manager or your COO or someone like that to the call. We're building 100 of these for this year. We only want to speak with you if you can actually make a decision. We don't want to go back and forth. We have set up this demo for free. We're taking our time and we're going to basically provide you not only a demo, but a marketing solution for your business. So even if you don't want to go through with like what we offer, you're still going to get an immense amount of value from this. Don't send somebody that doesn't have the authority to even make a decision if they wanted to. It's just super annoying. That's it for now. If you are interested, book a demo. We'll walk through it. If it feels like it's the right fit for you and we feel like it's the right fit for you, we will make sure that you are on the calendar and that you don't get pushed out to like 2025. The build outs are fairly quick. We are very in tune, so we're always developing, always innovating. You never have to worry that this is going to be old news. This is like we innovate every single week. We're always adding really, really awesome stuff, and I can share some of that really cool stuff that I did not share on this video with you on a call. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope this has been a bit useful, and I shall see you soon. Okay, bye.